LA Noire was released in 2011 and is without a doubt Rockstar's best game.
Crown's mine, bitch.
Now I know I'm gonna get some hate for this,
Move this man!
and I'm completely fine with it, but in this video I will prove my point to everyone watching that LA Noire is Rockstar's best game. Let's start this off with the story. If you haven't played this game before, LA Noire is a crime adventure game set in the 1940s, and you play as Detective Cole Phelps as he rises through the ranks from beat cop to a star detective. I think what makes Cole a very interesting character is that he has rules he can't bend. In games like Red Dead Redemption, John and Arthur have the option to be a cowboy and do whatever they want, but Cole is living in a more civilized world where he can either bend the rules and face the consequences or follow the book and see how broken this system is. Now that doesn't mean that Cole is this perfect golden boy, and throughout the game you see how Cole can be a very flawed character. And I think that's what sets him apart from other protagonists, is you see from the beginning that Cole wanted to do what was right and even atone for the sins of his past. And later throughout the story you start to see that not every time is that always going to happen. Another nice touch is how there really isn't this main villain to arrest, and that the actual villains of the story can be boiled down to how broken and corrupt the system is. And you can even start to see how some of that corruption started to bleed into Cole as well. Moving on to gameplay is where this game really shows how ahead of the time it was. The main attraction to LA Noire was how they used mocap to capture each actor's facial animations. And how it was used was during the questioning portions of the game, you were able to use the character's facial animations to see if they were lying or telling the truth to the questions you were asking. Now, Rockstar really knocked it out of the park with this, because sometimes it's really hard to tell how these characters are responding to the questions, and it was a really great touch that the more questions you got right, the easier the cases would be to solve. And when you do get the questions right, man does it make you feel like you're an actual detective.
That's the sound of the police! That's the sound of the
I think that's what Rockstar nailed most, is that you really do feel like a detective. Examining clues at crime scenes, chasing down suspects on foot, and in car chases all add to how fun this game can be. I think it has a really nice balance between taking its time to show different cases and also having some fun action set pieces as well. There even is a great variety of side missions to complete as well, like stopping bank robberies and other shootouts as well. Another small touch I really appreciated was when going upstairs, you're never floating up them, you actually walk up each step, and that just adds to how much Rockstar cared for the attention to detail, especially when it comes to recreating 1940s LA. Even though this game came out 11 years ago, and it's not perfect graphically speaking compared to today's standards, I do think that this game still looks really good. It can still hold up with other games released around the same time. I do really appreciate how everything looks the way it's supposed to be, especially when it comes to the cars and even the clothing. Everything always looked like how it was supposed to, and Rockstar always knocks it out of the park when it comes to that kind of stuff. LA Noire is one of the most underrated games of all time. It really bums me out that I never see anyone talking about this, and I think why is because it's just ahead of its time. What sets this apart from other Rockstar's titles is that it's not an action-adventure game.
This is something else.
It has action elements, but the main focus is to have the player analyze and solve puzzles to move the story forward and not rely on just action set pieces. I'm really frustrated with Rockstar that they haven't done anything with this franchise.
Bitch, I'll never forgive you for this.
But with improved graphics of today's standards, I think a sequel can show how LA Noire has the potential to be an amazing franchise of games.